Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, and today is a very special show and tell video. Today I'm showing you my Altmann's Scout Trooper helmet. So a little while ago I decided to join the 501st Legion, which is the premier Star Wars costuming organization in the entire world. These guys are the go-to guys for whenever you're costuming for Stormtrooper armor or any other Imperial costumes. But they also do a lot of good in the community through their charity work. Their tagline is, "Bad guys doing good." And after hearing about them years ago and finally being more of a financial success today than I used to be when I was a teenager, I finally am able to join their organization, and it's definitely one that I want to be a part of. The first step in doing that was deciding what kind of trooper was it going to be. Well, it was obviously a no-brainer. When I was a child, my favorite film was Return of the Jedi. Between seeing the speeder bike chases on Endor and watching Terminator 2, it definitely influenced me to grow up and be able to ride a motorcycle. I went on the 501st Legion's website, and then I found bikerscout.net, which is the forums that takes care of all the scout troopers. After introducing myself and reading around there, I found their trade forum, and I found a man by the name of Steve Altmann who sells helmets. He announced in the trade forums that he was doing a barn find, a special run of the helmets that he was selling, and I went ahead and ordered mine, I would say mid-January-ish, mid to late January. I forget the exact date, and I just received it today. And I'm going to go ahead and show you that now. So without further ado, here it is. Now, before I show you more of the helmet, go ahead in the bottom corner over here, click the little cog tool, and crank up the settings to 1080p 60 frames a second so you can definitely get the full detail of this helmet. I'm going to go ahead and step out of frame so that my camera can focus on it. But here is, sorry I'm trying to do this through the monitor, here is the front view of it. And I will go ahead and get in close on the snout greebles. Gonna say, I hope that's close enough for you guys. There is the view of the lens. Now what I love about the lens is it's a nice flat black lens, and there's no distortion on the inside when you're wearing it. I'm gonna go ahead and put this helmet on here in a second to show you how I put it on. And there are the vertical stripes at the top of the visor. Now I'll go ahead and show you guys both sides views. Side view there. And there's a side view there. And here's a close-up of the fishhook decal. Here's a view from the top. Trying to get this as straight as possible. And the back. Okay. And the view underneath. And what I love about this too is it's a nice black on the interior. It's not a giant white piece, so it definitely adds a little bit of detail and realism to the inside. I'm going to go over some of my favorite features about this helmet, but I also want to show some things as well. Steve also did include a chin cup. So basically a general idea of how it'll look right under there. What's nice is it's got two pre-cut slits in order to feed the fabric through, so that definitely saves me some trouble there. And the way that arrived was it was masking taped in to the inside top of the helmet back here, and just peeled that off. It didn't leave any markings or anything, so everything on that looks great. Also, what I like about this helmet is simply that it's a nice smooth finish all around. On the inside there is a little bit of bubbling, but that just naturally comes with the vacuum forming process with any ABS plastics or any plastics that you can think of. Other nice features are the ear holes. Now on other helmets through other vendors, you have to cut these out yourself or put in some mesh. What's nice about Steve's helmets is they come pre-cut. So let me actually just open this, and maybe I can get a nice angle to where you can see light coming through. Or better yet, what I can do is just, see that? So nice ventilation. What's great is I can put this on and the lens won't even fog up because it has such nice air circulation inside the helmet. Also, something to keep in mind is it opens about this far before you start getting some tension to where I don't want to open it any further. So it's not like a modular helmet for a motorcycle where it flips up all the way and it's like up here. It does have a little bit of resistance, so it's not one that you can open up all the way, But even with that fact withstanding, with my big head, I can still get it on okay. Alright, well that's enough talking about the outside. Let's go ahead and put this beast on. Now I don't have a balaclava yet, so I'm going to go ahead and just throw on a beanie cap so that I don't have any oils or anything from my head or my hair get on the inside of the helmet. So I'll go ahead and crack this open. Now there was a sticker on the inside. Here it is. Let me see if I can get a good visual of that. Whoops, hit my camera, sorry guys. So there's that on the inside as well. Alright, so like I said before, I have a pretty big head. So you can't just, you know, put that on because obviously that's not how we do. So we'll just fold that open, and I'll kind of give a bit of a side angle as to how I do this. What I recommend is kind of putting it on, like backing your head into it, and then you just kind of roll it over the top of your head, and then just fold that down. And the way it stays on is there's Velcro inside the cheek part where it folds down, and that holds it on securely. Now what's really great too is even having a big head, there's still a little bit of room. So if you want to put in some foam, or if you want to take Jim from Biker Scouts advice, thank you Jim for that advice by the way, put in a hard hat liner. So definitely you have multiple ways to keep this thing on your melon. As far as fit goes, even though I have a big head, this thing is fitting like a glove. My nose, the tip of my nose is actually about right here, and with the pressure from gravity pulling the helmet down and it resting against my nose, I mean, it definitely doesn't feel very, very loose. It feels like there's wiggle room in here, but it doesn't feel like, you know, I can turn my head and the helmet will spin around. Now, the peripheral vision's not great. That's simply because the way this helmet is designed, this is no way Steve's fault, this is just how the helmet is. The visor top just comes out so far that really you don't have any peripheral vision whatsoever. I can see like a triangle of white where the visor meets the helmet. So not exactly the best peripheral vision, but I have a nice broad rectangle view of vision straight ahead. Kind of like imagine the way this screen is here. And what's really great about the visor as well is it's tinted, but on the outside, or I'm sorry, the inside looking out, it's not super duper dark. It looks very clear. Okay. And taking it off just like that. Easy as can be. I'll go ahead and try to give you a better view. There we go. That's the view from inside the helmet. As you can see, it's not extremely tinted and it's not very dark. So you get a nice clear view on the inside looking out, but on the outside, since the inside of the helmet is completely black, it looks super tinted, but in fact it is crystal clear vision, definitely no impairments other than your peripheral vision. Inside, I was worried about this at first. Sorry, I'm trying to handle this and get a good view on my camera, so please bear with me. There we go. Just kind of maneuver myself. So, well, I might as well go to this one. So these are the bolts for the hinges for the front of the helmet going up and down. And you can rest assured they will not dig into your temples. The way this thing sits is they're recessed enough to where they won't put pressure on your temples or the top part of your skull. But what's nice is if you put a hard hat liner or some foam inside, you shouldn't have that problem anyway. As far as maintenance of this helmet goes, I've heard mixed things from different members of Biker Scout. I've heard that you can use antibacterial wipes. I've learned that some people even use Pledge, which I don't know how well that works on plastic, but you know, to each their own. The only real maintenance I've done on this so far is I've cleaned the inside and outside of the visor part with general lens cleaner that I use for eyeglasses. I use it for my sunglasses and it works just fine on this. No damage, no scuffs or anything. Just a crystal clear presentation. I mean, Steve, you really knocked this out of the park, man. If I had to give this thing a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, being humble, 2002. If you're a Star Wars enthusiast, if you're a Star Wars collector, if you're a member of the 501st looking to do your first Scout Trooper build, or if you've done Scout Trooper builds and you're just looking for a quality helmet, I highly recommend this one. The details there, the quality is there, and it is super comfortable. I want to take some time in this video now to do a few shout-outs. I definitely want to give a big shout-out to Steve for sending me this beautiful, beautiful helmet that I'll definitely be trooping with hopefully by the end of this year, if not really next year. I definitely want to send a huge thank you to Jim from bikerscout.net. Thank you so much for answering all of my questions so politely, and for all of your advice on the hard hat liner and showing me some great pictures of your other builds, so thank you for that. And definitely a huge shout out to my friend Vinny in New Jersey. Vinny, I know you're waiting for yours to come. Sorry if this makes the wait seem even longer, but you're going to be so happy when you get yours. I'm not going to put Steve's contact information in the description box simply because I want to protect his personal information, and also I don't want to answer any questions about how much did I pay for it or how long did it take to get to me, simply because I want to basically protect his business and himself. Like, I don't want people going to him and saying, well, Nick said this, Nick said that, Nick said the price was this, why are you charging this? Because it's a free market item, obviously prices and shipping and everything is subject to change without notice, so I don't want to put anything set in stone because it's not my business. But if you are interested in acquiring a helmet or piece like this, definitely swing on over to bikerscout.net, introduce yourself on the forums, and if you stay there long enough, I think it's only 5 posts you have to do and you have access to the trade forum, you can definitely meet up with other vendors there and definitely order yourself something like this. And you guys, I just simply want to say, please do yourselves a favor, get involved with the 501st Legion, get out there and do some trooping if you can, or if that seems a little too daunting for you, if Star Wars really isn't your thing, I don't know what you're doing watching a helmet video, but thanks for watching anyway. But I definitely encourage you guys to go join up and work with your local charities and definitely give back to your community. Alright, well thank you guys so much for watching today's video showing off my brand new Altmann Scout Trooper helmet. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, link in the description box below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great night.